And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the stream tonight. We've got game one action of a semifinal matchup between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. This should be a really good one tonight. Feels like I haven't streamed in forever because I was working this weekend. Friday and Saturday, didn't have any games, so it's been a while since we've been on stream. It's good to be back and really excited for this one between the Habs and the Golden Knights. This should be a fun series. What a goaltending battle we are going to have here between Montreal and Vegas. I mean, Marc-Andre Fleury and Carey Price both have been absolutely phenomenal in these playoffs for their respective teams. And extremely low goals against averages, very high save percentages. Goals are definitely going to be tough to come by in this series because of how good these teams are and how good these goaltenders are at keeping the puck out of their own net. So, welcome in, everybody. I appreciate everyone watching. We're getting ready here for puck drop, which is about 10 minutes away. Robert, Paulie, Rose, Jeff, Big Play, Elijah, Shane, Implicit, Brian, Ian, Runfin, Austin. What is going on, everybody? Vegas is home. Yes, this one is in Las Vegas. Games 1 and 2 will be in Vegas, 3 and 4 in Montreal. Then they will alternate beyond that, obviously. But we're ready for a good one here. This should be a really interesting series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see which goaltender is able to outduel the other one, because I do think that this series, as I said in my series preview, is very much going to be a goaltending battle. And, goals are going to be tough to come by, and I think whichever goaltender is able to, stay the hottest is going to be the team that comes out and wins this. So, Paolo, what's going on? Nick, welcome in. Sophie, Anthony, welcome in. I'm not rooting for anybody the rest of the playoffs. I have zero rooting interest the rest of the playoffs. I'm just hoping for good hockey. Oh, geez. There you go, Jeff. That's a pretty good bet. So kids are on the Habs, and you guys got Vegas, you and your wife. That's a fun bet, Jeff, for sure. Devin, what is going on? Welcome. Yep, I know all about you. I didn't see any of the game yesterday, Austin. I was at work, but obviously I know who won. Hockey Froggy, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Logan's in the chat. What is up, bro? Welcome in. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I was honestly kind of aggravated that it was an afternoon game yesterday, because if it was at night, I would have been able to do it. But because it was in the afternoon, I was still at work, and I obviously couldn't stream any of the game yesterday. But I should be streaming all of the other games this round. I don't think unless something crazy happens or comes up, there's no reason that I won't be streaming all of the rest of the games in this round. And obviously, when we get to the finals, I plan on doing every finals game as well. Yeah, the afternoon game yesterday was kind of threw me off a little bit, but all these other games are going to be either 8 or 9 o'clock starts. I'm not rooting for anybody, Frank. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I have zero rooting interest the rest of the playoffs. I'm just watching the games. Hey, Paolo, there's a big one. Luke, what is going on? Welcome. Austin, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Ender C, what's going on? Ryan, welcome. Good to see you in the chat. Avi is here. Joey is here. Ghost Dragon, Jerry. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for watching. We got a bunch in the chat already. Game hasn't even started yet. We should be getting ready for puck drop here within the next probably 6 or 7 minutes or so. We'll be getting game one underway. Really appreciate all of you guys being here. It's definitely possible, Devin. Obviously, I mean, Stahl, I think, is on his last leg a little bit more than Perry. Perry, at least, is still a very
Very, very reliable bottom six guy now who brings a lot to the table. But if they want to go out on top, if they win this year, that wouldn't surprise me. Alex, what is going on in here? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Craig is in the chat. What's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. John is here. Really, really appreciate it. Winnipeg Jets, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, Suzuki and Pacioretty. That's a big storyline heading into this series. Nick Suzuki was the big piece traded back to Montreal when Montreal traded Pacioretty to Vegas. So that is definitely a storyline to watch here, and we'll see which player ends up having the bigger impact in the series. What's going on, THG? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Drew, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate having you in the chat. We are getting ready for puck drop here, guys. About 5 minutes away. Matthew, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Matthew's got no power. That sucks. Believe me, I've dealt with that plenty of times. I know the frustration for sure, but hopefully it comes back soon. Hey, that's good to hear, Paolo. That's awesome. Prosperous, what is going on? Vernon, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's the big thing, Shane, for this series is the Fleury versus Price goaltending battle. I talked about that a lot in my series preview. I want to know how many times I could go back and check, but I said the word goaltender so many times in that preview. Like that was what the main thing that I talked about, other than like comparing the team stats and stuff. It's just two of the best goaltenders in the league who are both extremely hot right now and playing really, really well going up against each other. That is going to be huge in this series. I've been at work, Austin. The only game, there were no games on Friday or Saturday. The only game that I missed was yesterday afternoon, and I was at work. Pack, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Vernon, happy late birthday. Happy late birthday, Vernon. Didn't realize that your birthday was in June. Actually, quite close to mine. My birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks. End of the month, June 30th. I'll be 25, which is atrocious. But, yeah, I got a birthday coming up, too. And, actually, Stanley Cup Finals should be started by the time we get to my birthday. So that'll be a nice little birthday present from the NHL. We'll get finals. John, he had a really good year last year too, and no one's really talked about it. He's just, he's taken on that bottom six role. You know, obviously he was a 50-goal guy in Anaheim. He was a top-line scorer. He's one of the best goal scorers in the league for a while. But now he's past his prime. He's getting up there in age, and he's just he's accepted that he's a third, fourth line guy at this point, and he's molded his game, which he always played with a chip on his shoulder, and he always played with that attitude and that agitation to get under the opponent's skin and stuff. But he's molded his game to make himself a very impactful bottom six winger. And that's why, you know, Dallas did so well in the playoffs last year, and now Montreal's having a really good postseason, and he's played really well in this postseason. Will, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. Jonathan, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yes, I'll be a quarter century. I didn't see any of the game yesterday, Eric. That's why I wasn't streaming. I was at work. So I have no idea. Didn't see a second of it. Let's see. Matthew, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat. We're getting ready. Teams are coming out onto the ice. Oh, they're just coming out now. Never mind. So puck drop's still a little bit away here. It looks like the 10-minute countdown was down to introductions, not actual puck drop. Vincent, what is going on? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You guys, if you want to do score predictions in the chat, go ahead. I'm not predicting anything. It should be a good game, Jonathan. Absolutely.
Definitely should be a good one. Not expecting to see many goals, but I am expecting a very tight game. Yeah, Run Finn. Depending on if it was early or late in the year, I may have not even been born yet. Because I was born in June of '96. Brian, what is going on? Welcome. Mike, thank you so much for hopping in. Home of Hockey, thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Glad to see everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for watching. We're getting ready for Puck Drop. Late one tonight. Tiffany, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really, really appreciate that. We've got a new subscriber already. Game hasn't even started yet. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat for Tiffany, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, June 22nd, so I was... yeah, I was born June 30th. So my birthday's coming up. All right, teams are out on the ice skating around. Brian, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. So we still got to do the national anthem, and then we'll obviously have the start of the game and have puck drop and all of that. Hey, Ender's the 26th. There you go. Runfin's the 22nd. We got a lot of June birthdays in the chat here. Let's go. Craig's is August. So at least another summer. Another summer, baby. No, it's definitely possible, Home of Hockey. If the Islanders and the Habs both make it, there'll be 4 seeds. There'll be bottom seeds from each division, from both divisions that made it. So that'd be really, really interesting for sure. Matthew subscribed. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that, Matthew. It means a lot. Let's get some hype in the chat for Matthew, another new subscriber on the channel. Home of Hockey's sister's birthday was June 10th. There we go. Austin says next Tuesday. Oh, Shane's is near Christmas. Damn. Yeah, then you get like you get all the hype around Christmas and the birthday kind of fades away. Yeah, Jeff. I do play-by-play, so I will be telling you guys everything that happens as it goes along. Oh shoot. Corey, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Paolo's birthday's in July, so getting close. I do not know, John. I know that at the end of Montreal was allowing 2,500. I don't know if it's still 2,500, if they're going to allow more than that at this point. I have no idea. Vegas, I think, is full now. I think Chris, Vegas fan Chris was telling me that Vegas is full now. So I know a lot of the U.S. teams have pretty much full arenas at this point, but I know that Canada is not at that point yet. Oh, really, Jeff? Damn, on Valentine's Day. That's tough. Oh, Austin's going to be 25 next Tuesday. I'll be 25. I don't even know what day of the week the 30th is, but I'll be 25 June 30th, which I'll have to take a look. Is that a Wednesday? Yeah, that's 2 Wednesdays. So 2 weeks from Wednesday this week. Let's see. Nick thinks 2-1 Vegas. Gray, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We're just finishing up the national anthems now. They're obviously doing Canadian and American. And then we'll be ready for puck drop here, and this series will be underway. This is going to be a fun one, I think, between these two. Definitely going to be a goaltending battle, that's for sure. We're getting ready to go here. We got over 50 in the chat. Thank you guys so much for that. Really, really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. We got a lot of support here. I know I haven't streamed in a few days. There weren't games on Friday and Saturday, and then I missed yesterday because I was at work. So I've got there was a little bit of a mini break there, but we're trying to get the momentum back up again and have a great time in this second round. Yeah, Montreal's had fans since the end of the Toronto round run, Finn. Montreal's had 2,500 people. But they're not even close to full yet or anything. Vegas, I think, is like pretty much full. Yeah, guys, it would really mean a lot if you could hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps out the channel so much and is greatly appreciated. I cover the entire NHL, so no matter what team you're a fan of, you're welcome and wanted here. This is a place for all hockey fans. And we are getting ready for game number 1 between the Montreal Canadiens and Vegas Golden Knights. Daily Sports Talk, what is going on? Welcome. Jeff, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yes, I would. Vegas is probably pretty heavily favored in this series, odds-wise, Jeff. But it's the NHL playoffs. Anything can happen, and we are lined up at center ice. Game 1 about to get started. The semifinals are underway for Vegas and Montreal. Canadiens win the puck back, and we are going here in game number 1. Play is started, given away there by Fleury. Sent out in front. Early chance here for the Canadiens. And that one kept out. Spin around shot blocked in. Blocked down on the way through. Riley Smith takes it. Vegas up and out of the zone. Cleared to neutral ice now. Golden Knights trying to get it deep. Sent into the Montreal end, but that deflects up into the Montreal bench area, and that's going to be... Or no, maybe it went into Petrangelo's pants or something. The puck disappeared. Went on a play somewhere, and we got an early whistle. Not even 30 seconds in. So we've got a face-off coming up here. Yeah, Vegas is minus 300 to win the series. Paolo, I am not surprised. But everyone's been doubting the Canadiens all playoffs long, and they're still here. So, maybe there's money to be made there. But Vegas here, offensive zone face-off, one in, trying to get set up, and that one goes right in, bounces out in front of Price, and he covers it up, and gonna get another whistle here, another ozone draw for the Golden Knights. That's illegal, Gray. Robert, what is going on? Welcome. Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Brian. How are you? It's all good. Thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate it. Moved out to the neutral zone there. Dumped into the offensive end. Montreal going in on the attack now behind the net. Deneau sends in front. Gallagher with a shot and a huge save there by Fleury, and then he finally covers up the rebound. And we got a little pushing and shoving after the whistle here as Gallagher and one of the Vegas defensemen gets into it. So Fleury had to come up with a big stop there. Mikhail, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Deneau with a beautiful backhand pass out in front to Gallagher there, and then Fleury comes up with a huge pad stop. Yeah, Vegas does that all the time. There's always a celebrity there, Isaac, to start the game like that. So, yeah, obviously, Jonathan, Mark Stone's one of the top players on the Golden Knights, so he's going to be a big difference maker in the series. No, the Habs haven't won a cup since 1993, John. Carey Price was barely alive the last time that the Habs won a cup. Now we got some pushing and shoving in front of the bench. Montreal, though, gets it out. And that breaks up through the neutral zone here. Taken now, down in the corner. Moved up here. I'm not rooting for anybody, Brian. I have absolutely zero rooting interest the rest of the playoffs as we get another whistle here. And now Kolasar and Perry. This series is getting tested early. Or getting testy early. There's been a lot of physicality between these two teams for
for teams that haven't played each other all year, are usually not in the same conference, don't really have any sort of history. There's been quite a bit of stuff away from the play to start this series, and quite a bit of shoving as well. Let's see, shots are updated. Vegas still doesn't have an official shot on goal yet. Taken now, one back. Long shot in there, that one gets blocked. Move to the middle now. Vegas back and moving it back through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. It rolls off of Marchessault's stick. Taken now by Kotkaniemi. He gets work down in the corner. Vegas trying to keep it in the offensive zone. They do. Down behind the net. Taken here by the Golden Knights as they get the cycle game going. 17-22 to go here in the first. And now we got a stoppage, and I think we got a penalty call here. It's like a high stick according to the referee. And Montreal is going to get the first power play of this series. Jonathan Marchessault heads off to the box here for high sticking. And he caught Romanov right up in the face there. And that is going to put Montreal to the power play here. The first special teams play of this series, and the Canadiens go to the man advantage. Mark, what is going on? Underwater, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Early power play here, just over 2.5 minutes in for the Canadiens. And we'll see if they can get a special teams advantage here as they keep it in, setting up in the offensive zone now. Shot in there, deflected, up and out of play. There'll be an attacking zone draw again here for the Canadiens just 9 seconds into the power play. They'll get another chance to set up offensively. Cooper, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Long shot in. That one gets blocked. Kept in here by Montreal. Down in the corner. Now to the half boards. Back down low. Perry trying to work it in front. He gets knocked down, though. Puck taken by Suzuki. Vegas is all over him behind the net, though. Out in front. Kept in there. Good play there by Toffoli. Canadiens working it around the offensive zone. Toffoli sends it down deep to Perry. Perry behind the net. Gets it past Caulfield. Kept in at the blue line, though. Sent back down deep. Now it comes back to the near side for Toffoli in the corner. He's looking to play it, but it's stolen there by the Golden Knights. They're trying to work it out of the zone. Not able to clear, though. Montreal keeps it in. They'll try again. It's Brady McNabb. He sends it all the way down. 1 minute gone on the power play. Montreal goes back to their own end, and they'll start regrouping here. Trying to get the rush back up and into the offensive zone. Move now. Here's Josh Anderson trying to go around Martinez. The puck gets taken, though, by Pietrangelo, but he can't clear. Here are the Canadiens trying to get possession now. Set up in the offensive zone. Goes to the far side. Weber to the middle. Canadiens working it here. Still 33 seconds of power play time. Moved out through the middle now. Taken there, Gallagher, and it's stolen by Pietrangelo. Vegas clears all the way back to the Montreal end. 15:45 to go here in period 1. 20 seconds left on the power play. Moved up now over the red line into the offensive end. Down behind the net, and that's cleared again by Vegas. That's going to do it for the power play here. Vegas kills off the first penalty of the series. As we are back to 5-on-5 hockey, Marchessault's out of the box. Here come the Golden Knights now into the offensive end. Shot blockered away there by Price. Down in the corner, Alex Tuch tries to put one under the bar. It goes high. Off glass there and out of the zone. Vegas takes possession back in their own end. 5 minutes into the first period. Moved up now through the neutral zone and back into the attacking end for the Golden Knights. Alex Tuch spins off a check there from Stahl. Trying to get it down deep to the corner. Now back to the blue line. Played D to D by Holden to Whitecloud. Long shot there. Price grabs it with the glove. That'll be a stoppage and an attacking zone draw for the Golden Knights coming up here. Yeah, Tavares is fine now, Jeff. If Toronto had gone past the first round, he probably would have been able to come back and play in the second round, but they obviously didn't make it past round 1. Offensive zone draw here for the Golden Knights. That one's won back defensively, though, by the Canadiens. They'll try and work it out of their zone. Perry into the middle there. Taken by... is that Anderson? I couldn't tell who that was. Dumped into the offensive zone, though. Armia and Stahl go into the corner. Now Perry comes in to help. Stahl comes away with it. Trying to get set up in the offensive zone. Back to Sherratt. Sent back deep here. Armia with it. Down behind the net now, taken there by Perry. Vegas trying to work it out of the zone, though. Armia keeps it in. Takes a hit from Carrier, but gets it back low. Stahl trying to get it in front, not able to. No, Perry comes in and cleans out one of the defensemen. Taken back at the point now. Long shot there. That one goes wide. Rebound chance in that one. Not able to get it off. Taken now by Vegas out of the zone. Trying to dump it into the Montreal end. Trying to get around. Oh, what a step up there. What a hit there from Romanov. Really, really nice hit there from Romanov as he knocks down one of the Golden Knights and takes the puck. Montreal back the other way now. Gallagher with a shot, and that one's going to be stopped there by Fleury. And now we got a big scrum in front. Even Fleury's involved. Fleury starts throwing the glove at one of the Canadiens. It looks like it was Gallagher in front. And things are really starting to heat up here as we are going in game number 1, and the net front battles are furious so far between these two clubs. Romanov just absolutely hammered Pietrangelo there. What a beautiful step up. And then down at the other end, Gallagher was right in the crease of Fleury, and Fleury didn't like it, and that brought the teams together, and we had a pretty nice scrum there as we had to commercial break. Fleury was in there throwing the gloves. King, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. But, yeah, we're the first commercial break here. Montreal and Vegas still scoreless, which obviously is not a huge surprise. But this has been testy early. I'm surprised. I mean, these are two teams that don't play each other very often, even in a normal season. And then, you know, they've never played in the playoffs before, obviously. And, you know, this year they didn't play each other at all because they're obviously not in the same division. So I'm a little surprised that it's been this heated this early, but you can tell that both teams really want to go out and try to establish a physical dominance early, and they're butting heads. They're pushing each other already, and we're just a little over 6 minutes into game number 1. Hey, what's going on, Jack? What is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This has been fun. And Romanov with is it Romanov? I've always said Romanov. I don't know why I just said Romanov, but Romanov with a really nice step up there. Yeah, that's Brendan Gallagher's job, to stir it up in front of the net. That's what he's there for, and he's very, very good at it. Gonna be a very hard-fought series, Mark. Absolutely. Steven, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Tommy, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Gallagher is going to be engaged all series long. There is no doubt about that. I bet you Corey Perry's heavily involved as well. Look at the smile on Gallagher's face. They just put the camera on him in front of the bench. He is loving every second of this. Nick, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We got an offensive zone face-off for the Canadiens here. Playoffs have been awesome, Jonathan. These have been really, really good playoffs so far. And I like these third-round matchups, so I think they're going to continue to be awesome. Travis, what is going on? Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Suzuki's going to get tossed out of the draw here. Toffoli's going to come in and take it. We got 13:42 left in the first. Still scoreless in game number 1. But both teams obviously looking to break the ice and get that first goal as Vegas clears that out of their end. Through the neutral zone now, Chandler Stevenson trying to get around the D. Down on the sideboards now. Knocks the puck down, plays it, and can't get it past Suzuki. Has to try again.
Canadiens, though, work it up, and they get it out of their zone. Move now to Foley, dumps it in. He dodges a hit. Fleury comes out to play it to the corner. Mark Stone up the boards. Taken there by Brayden McNabb. But it's sent back down by the Canadiens. They keep it in. Behind the net now. Trying to tuck that one in. Fleury able to keep it out. Rebound chance. Fleury stops that one as well. Caulfield with a backhand, and Fleury gets a pad on it. Good chances there for the Canadiens, but Fleury coming up big in goal. So we tick under 13 to go here in the first period. Vegas gets it out of their end now, and Pacioretty will just dump it softly deep. Now they'll get a line change. Fresh guys on the ice for both teams. Canadiens have it back in their own zone. They're looking to move it out. Moved up here now. Josh Anderson around the D into the offensive zone. Trying to tuck it, but he can't get the shot off at the last second. Taken now by Holden behind the net. Canadiens very hard on the forecheck here. Montreal is ready to play. This team has shown up for game number 1 so far. Move now. Vegas trying to clear their end. They get it back to the neutral zone, but it's stolen right back there by the Canadiens. Habs now into the offensive zone, trying to get it through to Anderson. He shoots one just wide of the far post, but it's kept in. Vegas will have to try again to get it out. Not able to. Kept in again and sent back deep by the Habs. Behind the net now, Vegas to the middle. Carlson up to Smith into the offensive zone. Now here come the Golden Knights on the rush. He gets it poked away, though, there by Shea Weber. And the Canadiens get possession back, trying to work it out of their zone. Big pinch, though, from the Golden Knights. They're able to keep it in for now, but Montreal is finally able to clear. Vegas has to go back to their own zone. Stahl sends it in deep. He takes a hit along the boards, but Perry plays it in the corner. He gets hit by Tuck. Kept in by Toffoli. He's still on the ice. He loses it out to the neutral zone, and Ben Sherratt's going to have to go back and get it. 11:20 to go in the first period. Taken here now by the Canadiens. Moved back through the neutral zone. Big hit there. Knocked down in the neutral zone. Vegas coming back the other way now after stealing it. Backhanded in there. Price makes the save. Tuck with a hit in the corner. Kept in at the point. Vegas setting up in the offensive zone now. Back to the blue line now to Martinez. Down the half boards into the middle. That one deflects on the way through. Shea Weber comes away with it. And it's sent all the way out and around there by the Canadiens. That's going to be icing against Montreal. So 10:47 left to go in the first here. We're going to have an offensive zone face-off for the Golden Knights coming up here after Montreal ices the puck. Brian, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, other Brian, yeah. Getting to the net is very, very important for scoring in the NHL. And especially in the playoffs, you've got to get through. Vegas scores off the point! Shea Theodore with a rocket right off of the face-off after the icing. And Theodore puts it past Price. It's a 1-0 Vegas lead. And that is a big goal for the Golden Knights to get out early in this one. From the blue line, right off of the face-off win. Shea Theodore just 1x1 high blocker side, and Price couldn't see it through the screen until it was too late, and he wasn't able to get over in time. And that gives Vegas the 1-0 lead here. And that is a big early goal here in the first 10 minutes for the Golden Knights to get up in this game. D. Wade, what is going on? Welcome. Sharaf, welcome in. Really appreciate you guys being here. Good to see you in the chat. That one's cleared out now. Goes all the way down. And that'll be icing against Vegas. So now Montreal has a chance to answer. 10:25 to go in the first. And now it's the Golden Knights who ice the puck, and maybe Montreal can score right off of the faceoff like what just happened to them. We shall see. D-Wade with the 5. Let's go. Get that dono hype in the chat. Thank you so much, D-Wade. Really, really, really appreciate that. Let's get that hype in the chat for D-Wade. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Offensive zone faceoff now for Montreal. Down behind the net now. Taken there. Vegas trying to work it out. Moved up.
Sent right back in there by the Canadiens, so they're back on it. Putting on some pressure here. About 10 minutes to go in the first. Vegas is able to clear it back, but Montreal maintains possession. They dump it right back into the offensive zone. Taken now here. Vegas working the other way. Moved up through the middle. Trying to get it back in the attacking end. Good chance here, though, stifled by the Canadiens' D, and they work it back to the Golden Knights' end. Thrown in there wide of Fleury. Puck's kept in at the point. 9:40 to go here in the first period. Kotkaniemi takes it. Not able to get it deep, though, and Vegas finally chips it out. Weber takes it there for Montreal. Working now through the neutral zone. They dump it back to the offensive end. Fleury plays it to the sideboards. Big hit there by the Canadiens, but Vegas is able to clear it out. Habs have possession still, but they're back out in the neutral zone. Weber goes D to D, and they bring it now deflected into the attacking end. Down behind, Fleury comes out to play the puck. Sends it past Martinez to Nicholas Waugh. Waugh chips it to Janmark. Janmark with it now to the middle to Smith. It's turned over, though, and taken back by the Canadiens. They're going to be offsides, and that play's going to get whistled down here with 8:57 to go in the first. We should be heading to our second commercial break here of the period. Vegas with a 1-0 lead on a shot from the point by Shea Theodore, beating Carey Price through a screen, high blocker side, and that's been the only scoring in the game so far. So we had a commercial break here. First period action. Golden Knights 1, Canadiens 0. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you in the chat. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. It would mean a lot if you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. Really helps out the channel so much and is greatly appreciated. I hopefully will be streaming every game the rest of these playoffs. That's at least the plan right now, unless something comes up where I can't or something happens where I have to miss one. But the plan right now is for me to stream every game the rest of the playoffs. Catboy, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. They don't do that, Austin, because it is illegal. You're not allowed to hit the goaltender. That would get you kicked out of the game and suspended probably for at least 2 or 3 games. Radio Free, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Jeff, what is going on? Other Jeff, welcome in. Thank you guys for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Cole, welcome. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome in, everybody. We're just coming back from commercial break. We're going to have a neutral zone face-off here right in front of the Vegas bench. Justin, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. No, I think they should be, Austin, but they are not by NHL rules. The NHL says otherwise, but I think if they're going to come out of the crease to play the puck, then they should be eligible just like any other player to get hit. But NHL says otherwise, and it is illegal. Jace, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Really, really appreciate it. We're back underway here. I mean, I'm always going to hope for physical hockey, Jonathan. That's the kind of hockey I want to see. So anytime it's physical, I'm going to really enjoy it and hope that most of the games are like that. Vegas is back in the attacking zone here. 8:10 to go in the first. Montreal trying to work it out. Vegas pinches its Pietrangelo, keeping it in. He gloves it down at the face-off circle. Sherratt comes in and takes it. Now up to Lehkonen, and they're going to get it out now. Canadiens coming back the other way into the offensive zone. Backhand. Trying to send it in front there was Deneau, not able to. Now it's Lehkonen behind the net. Puck goes to the corner, moved up by Tuck to the blue line, but not out. Deflected there by Gallagher. Back into the Vegas corner. Golden Knights are going to move it up, though. Out through the neutral zone and dumped into the attacking end. Down to the corner now. Here's Alex Tuck on the forecheck. with Nicholas Waugh. Back out to the neutral zone, though, cleared by the Canadiens. They get on, or Vegas gets onside and then brings it back in. Oh yeah, Sharaf. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop streaming, Sharaf. Even in the off season, we'll still have streams and stuff. We'll have hangouts and we'll have chances to chat, and obviously like draft, I'll be streaming during the draft or first round of the draft. During free agency, I'll be streaming. So, yeah, streams. Obviously, they're not going to be every day like they are now in the playoffs, but I'm still going to be streaming, during the off season, like maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks, something like that. I'm still going to be doing stuff for sure. And maybe sometimes more than that. Maybe sometimes there's a little break in there. It's going to depend on availability and whatnot, but it's going to be fun. Bro, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Michael, welcome into the stream. Thank you for watching as Vegas brings it into the attacking zone here. That one gets sent wide. Adam, what is going on? Welcome in. Really appreciate it. Moved in front there. The number 1 pick belongs to the Buffalo Sabres, Jonathan. As that one gets sent in behind. Price again plays it out, trying to get it out. Moved up there, lofted to the neutral zone by the Canadiens. And now Vegas brings it right back into the attacking end. Vegas with a good couple of minutes here. A lot of time in the offensive zone. Trying to extend this lead before the intermission. We're down to 5:47 to go here in the first. That one gets blocked on the way through, kept in by a pinching Martinez. Now to Carlson behind the net. He takes it to the corner. Trying to work it here. Canadians all over him, trying to get it out. Stolen there by Toffoli, and now Suzuki clears the zone. He dumps it back. Vegas has to re-enter. That one's turned over right at the blue line. Here comes Nick Suzuki now for the Habs into the attacking zone. Looking for a passing lane, doesn't really have it, so he just sends it behind the net to Caulfield. Caulfield pass to Foley, kept in by Romanov. Down to the corner. Moved up now, Vegas trying to chip it out of the zone. They're able to clear. And back is Phil Deneau now to get it for the Montreal as he works it back through the neutral zone and dumps it into the attacking end. 5 minutes to go here in the first period. 1-0 Vegas on a goal from Shea Theodore. The only scoring we've had so far. Montreal's trying to tie this thing up as Gallagher brings it in. Long shot there. That one gets patted away by Fleury. Nice save there by Marc-Andre Fleury, keeping Montreal off the board. Now he gets another one in front, and he has to make a stop on that one and then covers it with the glove with 4:44 left. And it'll be an attacking zone draw for the Canadiens coming up here, but not until after our final commercial break here of period number 1. Nope. Reeves is out there. He's playing, John. He was just out there with Carrier, and I wasn't sure who else was out there, but Reeves is playing. It's possible, Jonathan. It's possible, but I don't think it's going to happen though. But we'll see. But we've gone a commercial break here. Still 1-0 Vegas on the Theodore goal. It's the only thing we've got so far. But thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. Means a lot. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. It helps out the channel so much, and fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here as I cover the entire NHL and will be streaming hopefully all of the rest of the playoffs. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see, Jeff. Carolyn, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really, really appreciate that. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Carolyn. Chris, welcome into the chat. And Chris's nephew. Hello to Chris's nephew. Thank you both so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. It's great to have you on the stream. I hope so, Austin. That would be sick. I don't know if it's going to or not, but I hope it does. I'm always rooting for Game 7s, Austin. Hey, it's all good, bro. You're never late. There's no such thing as being late. I just appreciate you guys stopping in when you can. It really, really means a lot. We're coming back from commercial here. Vegas 1, Montreal 0. They're talking about Max Pacioretty. Obviously, he was traded in, 2018?
from Montreal to Vegas, with Suzuki, the piece going the other way from Vegas to Montreal. Ariana, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat. We've got 4:44 to go here. And Vegas wins that defensive zone faceoff back. They clear it out of their zone. Shea Weber gets it from Montreal. Back through the neutral zone. Dumped in there by the Canadiens. Chris, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype for Chris in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Down in there, 4:23 to go. We get another whistle. And we'll get another face-off here, as it looks like Pacioretty's line is going to come out here for the Golden Knights. Neutral zone face-off here. Right in front of the outside of the Vegas zone. And to take it was Eric Stahl there, but they're going to reset and redo that puck drop. Linesman didn't like something about it. Hey, Matthew, congratulations on getting power back. That's good. Now you can watch the game. Perry and Pacioretty are in each other's faces right now. So we're back underway. Corey Perry and Max Pacioretty were just in each other's faces at that face-off. And it's moved up now. Vegas trying to clear their zone. Montreal sends it right back in, but Vegas takes it. Moved up now into the offensive end. Taken here down low in the corner. Montreal trying to work it out. They get it up to Shea Weber. He leads the rush. 3-on-2 out of the zone. Here come the Canadiens into the attacking end. Perry trying to get it to Armia, but it's just too far in front. Now Vegas comes back the other way. Sent in there, but Eric Stahl gets back and takes it from Stone. Habs able to clear. They'll dump it into the attacking zone and head off for a line change. Ariana, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype for Ariana in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to the neutral zone here. Into the attacking end now. Paul Byron goes in on the forecheck. He's out there with Kotkaniemi and Anderson. Vegas is able to clear it out of their zone, though, and they dump it into the Habs end. 3:15 to go in period one. Kulak gets hammered deep behind the net there. Vegas's forecheck is strong, but Montreal's able to work it up and get it back to the neutral zone. Vegas keeps possession, though, and they'll try and re-enter the offensive end. Here comes Kolasar down the wing. Move now. Marchessault takes it, gets it in deep. Price has to cover that one up, and then Kolasar with a little dig in the glove there, and he and Kotkaniemi come together as we get another scrum after the whistle. And Kolasar and Kotkaniemi have a little bit of a rough up there, and then it breaks up quickly as the linesmen come in. 2:55 to go in the first. Jace, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Had quite a few scrums between these two teams already, which I'm a little surprised about, because you don't. These aren't like rivals. These teams don't play each other a lot or anything. So it's interesting seeing them go at it in the first period the way that they have, when they haven't played each other all year, and even in a normal season don't play each other very much. This one's taken now. Montreal moves it up. Out to the neutral zone. Vegas trying to send it back in. Dumped in there by Toffoli. He goes in deep after it. Vegas is able to clear their zone, though. They bring it back the other way. Here's Pietrangelo with a blast. Price covers that up. Nice stop. And we got some more pushing after the whistle as Edmondson gets involved. Marchessault's in there. Pietrangelo's in the corner with Kulak as they're all tangled up. And we got more and more scrums after all of these whistles here. These teams are trying to set a tone early. They are really trying to set a tone early here. Tyler Toffoli started with the cross checks there on not Pietrangelo, one of the other Golden Knights in front, and then everyone else came in. Yo, Ray Bro is back! What an absolute legend! I feel like Ray Bro hasn't been here in a while, but welcome back, dude. And he drops a dono. Ray Bro drops a 2 as he returns. Thank you so much, man. Really, really, really appreciate that. Let's get that hype in the chat for Ray Bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great to see you in the chat, dude. As we got 2:22 left here in the first, an attacking zone face-off for the Golden Knights. Alex Tuch already has 4 hits for Vegas. 4 hits for Alex Tuch, and we're only in the first period. As the Golden Knights are trying to work it in the offensive zone. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I hope that school went well, bro. I hope things are going good for you. And it's great to see you in the chat, man. Awesome to have you here, as always. Skull, what's going on? Welcome in. Long shot here from Vegas. That one blocked down in front. Taken by Philip Deneau on the rebound. Montreal not able to clear the zone, though, but we got a penalty call coming up. Vegas is going to go to the power play as that one gets whistled down. Now we get another collision after the whistle. Skull, thank you so much for subscribing. Glitch, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat for our new subscribers here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1:40 left, and Deneau is headed to the penalty box here for Montreal. That's going to give Vegas a power play opportunity. Their first power play opportunity is Alex Tuch draws the penalty, and Deneau heads off. Montreal had a power play earlier, weren't able to do anything with it. We'll see if Vegas can. We'll get an attacking zone draw here for the Golden Knights with 1:40 left in the first. Golden Knights already have the 1-0 lead on a goal from Pietrangelo, and that has been the only scoring so far. One back there. Taken now, setting up in the attacking zone is Vegas. Trying to work it around. Back to the blue line now. Pacioretty gets it to the middle. Turned over, though, there by Theodore. And that went off the heel of his stick. It's cleared out there. And in behind Fleury. Montreal off to a good start on the PK. Montreal's penalty kill is over 90% in the playoffs. 90.3% on the penalty kill for the Canadiens so far in the postseason. So that has been a huge strength of theirs. We'll see if that continues. As that shot gets blocked, and now it's taken by Byron. He sends it all the way down, and it's cleared again by the Canadiens. 1:12 left on the power play, but only 50 seconds left in the first period. It will carry over into the second if Vegas doesn't score. Trying to get set up again in the offensive zone. They get the puck back. Taken now. Moved in front. Down in the corner. Back to the point. Played here by Pietrangelo. Down cross ice pass now from Carlson. Back to Pietrangelo. Long shot there. Blocked on the way through. And that one gets cleared now. Montreal coming back the other way. Toffoli throws it in on Fleury there, who knocks it away. 15 seconds left in the first period. Moved in now. Pietrangelo trying to get it through. Pad save there by Price. 8 seconds left. 26 seconds of power play time. That one gets cleared out by the Canadiens, and that's pretty much going to do it for the first period. One more long one goes wide, and that is going to do it. Period 1 has come to an end. 20 seconds of power play time will carry over into period number 2. Vegas has the 1-0 lead after 20 minutes on a goal by Shea Theodore right off of a face-off after an icing call. He blasted one blocker side, and that's been the only scoring of the game so far. So thank you guys all for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We're through 20. We had a pretty darn good, entertaining first period there. A lot of nastiness and physicality between these two teams. And obviously we have the Vegas goal as well and some good chances for both sides. So
That was a good first, and hopefully this game continues to get better and better as the night goes along. And thank you guys all so much for being here. As always, it really, really means a lot. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. And I really, really appreciate everyone watching. We've got 2 more periods to go, at least. Maybe we get overtime tonight. Maybe we don't. We'll find out over the course of the next 40 minutes of game action. But we should have a really fun second and third period coming up. But we've got some time to kill in the chat while we wait for period 2 to begin. So thank you guys all for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Austin, what is going on? Welcome in. Sasa, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. I think it's time to crack this bud. As I don't know why I let this sit here the entire first period without opening it, but oh yeah, we got a good one cracked here. We're gonna get a cheers to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all so much again. Really, really appreciate it. Cheers to each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for the support. We've still got 2 more periods of action, and this has been a good one so far. Hopefully it continues, but cheers to all of you. There we go. We got a nice cold beer for the rest of the game. I certainly hope so, Brian. That'll be tomorrow night at 8. I cannot wait for that one. Game number 2, Tampa Bay and New York, should be a really fun one. Saad, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see you in the chat, as always. Awesome, awesome, awesome to have you. Caroline, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you in the chat. Hey, there's no such thing as being late. There's no such thing as being late. Just glad that you guys show up when you can. Oh, I did not see that, Red Rubber. Jesus, that's brutal. Valentino, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I am not shotgunning the beer. No, I am going to drink the beer like a normal person throughout the rest of this game. We're here just at the first intermission. 20 seconds of power play time for Vegas will carry over into the second, but they've got the 1-goal lead thanks to Shea Theodore. Yeah, Habs played a fine first period. Brian, only 1 goal went in. No, they were just as competitive as Vegas was in that first period. They're absolutely holding their own. Yeah, but this is, let's see. How many beers have I drank over the course of today? I don't think I didn't drink anything here earlier until dinner. So I had one at Evans, one with dinner. Oh, I've only had a couple today. This is only the third one, but I last night had quite a few, so taking it a little easier today. Oh, there you go, Ariana. There you go. Yeah. I just finished. I had a 30 rack of Bud Light, and I finished it. Not all at once, obviously, but it came to an end last night when I was at Evans. So, or actually, no, there's still a couple in his fridge, but at his house. So, I'm on to the 30 rack of Bud Heavy now. So, but yeah, I'm
gonna enjoy this one. Hey, Stanley, we shall see. That's a good prediction. Still very, very possible. Slapshot Sweethearts, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see you in the chat. Yeah, Habs have got to be physical if they're going to win this series, and they were certainly that in the first period. And Vegas obviously is more than capable of playing that way as well. I think this is going to be a very physical, fun series to watch. Dennis, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really, really appreciate it. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Dennis. Hey, welcome back. I really, really appreciate you being here, Dennis. I would think so, Vernon. I would think so. That will definitely give you the spins radio free. I don't think I've ever drank 17 at once. I think the most I've ever had in like a 1 day period, meaning like from the time, like 1 day meaning wake up to go to bed. I think the most I've ever had was 12. I mean, I have had I've had Sam Adams, Brian. I just don't usually buy it because it's more expensive, and I am poor, so I drink the cheap beers, the cheap college beers, because well, that's what I've been drinking since college, and that's what I'm used to. And like Sam Adams is good, but I can't afford to be buying Sam Adams at the rate that I buy the cheap Buds and Natties or PBRs or whatever I happen to get that day. Yeah, Jack, Montreal they had a really good start to the game. They had a solid first period in general. I thought that was a very solid first period for both of those teams. Yes, Craig, very. I did not watch a single game of Olympic hockey the year that the NHL didn't go to the Olympics. What was that, 2018 when they didn't go? I forget the years, but I think it was 2018 was the year that they didn't go. I did not watch a single Olympic hockey game that year. Now with the NHL players back in the Olympics, I will hopefully back in the Olympics, I will absolutely be tuning in. Hey, Gibson, man, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, that sounds like a fun time, Jeff. Brian, yes, Gerard Gallant is the new head coach of the New York Rangers. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. I wasn't around to do a video on that this afternoon when the news broke. I was helping Evan move furniture, and then I helped Brody move furniture. Because there's a lot going on. Evan has a new house. Well, he bought a house, so like we're trying to get that ready for him to like move in and have everything set up. But anyway. Not to like bore you with a bunch of details, but I was helping my friends move furniture this afternoon. No, if the NHL players aren't playing in the Olympics, I literally won't watch a game. Like I didn't watch any in 2018, and it means it does nothing for me. Also, if the NHL players don't go, then the NHL season will just roll right through it, and I'll just watch I'll still be watching NHL games. I really hope that the NHL goes, because then I will be able to, the NHL season will stop, and I'll be able to stream Olympic games and then go back to the NHL season. Whereas if the NHL players don't go, I'm just going to be streaming NHL games. And probably once again, like 2018, not watch a single game of the Olympics.
No. My jersey is not autographed, John. No. It's just a regular Fanatics jersey. I have pictures that are autographed. Yeah, but Craig, that's so that the NHL and the NHLPA agree to it, but the NHL still needs to put a deal together with the Olympic Committee, and that is not a done deal yet. Like what the details of it are going to be. Like the NHL and the NHLPA have it sorted out, but they still need to make an agreement with the IOC if they're actually going to go to the Olympics. So that's something that needs to be still figured out. Wyatt, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get some hype in the chat for Wyatt. New subscriber to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We should be getting ready for the start of period 2 here pretty shortly. I feel like we've been intermission for quite a while. So I would imagine that the second is going to be starting up here pretty soon. Yo, let's get that sub hype for Wyatt in the chat. Really, really appreciate him being here and subscribing and becoming part of the channel community. Oh no, there's actually still like 4 minutes till the start of the second. I'm not rooting for anybody. I have zero rooting interest in the rest of these playoffs. I'm just hoping for great hockey. I'm just hoping for good, fun, entertaining games to watch. But I'd be willing to bet that there's quite a few fans of both teams in the chat right now. Or really all of the teams. There are fans of all 4 teams that remaining in the chat right now. And I'm sure that fans of teams that didn't make it this far probably have teams that they're rooting for at this point. I just personally don't. I mean, I'm just hoping for great hockey. Like, I don't really care who wins and who doesn't. Larissa, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really, really appreciate it. Let's get that sub hype in the chat for Larissa. Give a warm welcome to the channel. Yes, Austin. I will be doing Tampa and New York tomorrow night. I should be streaming every game the rest of the playoffs, guys. That's the plan right now, at least, is that I'll be streaming the rest of the games in these playoffs. There you go, Craig. That's awesome. Jeff is a Rangers fan and is rooting for Vegas. Love all. What is going on? Good to see you. Welcome in. I should probably check this. All right, yeah, we're getting down towards the end of intermission now. Second period will be coming up soon here. Hey, Craig, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat for Craig. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that. Every single subscriber counts. It helps out the channel so much in trying to grow and keep, you know, getting bigger and bigger and more people hanging out and watching with us. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that sub hype for Craig. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, not really, John. That was, I thought, a pretty even first period. So, I think both teams had spurts where they were playing better and then the other. And, I think that was overall a decent period for both teams. Obviously, Vegas got the goal, but, they got that face-off right off of the icing, were able to make the most of it. But I thought overall it was a pretty even period, and both teams had their moments. Both teams had their chances, and I'm not surprised that shots on goal are close, definitely. Well, they don't run, Finn. That's why they didn't go in 2018. But when they signed the new CBA last summer, one of the stipulations from the players' standpoint was that they would be allowed to go to the Olympics in 2022 and in 2026. So that was one of the concessions that the owners made to have a season or have a playoffs last year in the bubble when they were renegotiating the CBA or negotiating the new CBA. Olympic participation was one of the things that players got out of it. I don't know, Austin. We'll see. It's gonna be a really interesting game, though. It's gonna be a really interesting game, and Tampa definitely doesn't want to lose both games at home. So, it's gonna be important for them to bounce back tomorrow night, 100%. Coast to coast, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. All right, here we go. We're ready to go for the start of period number 2. Vegas 1, Montreal 0. And we got a power play here. 20 seconds of power play time carrying over for Vegas. And then we'll be back to 5-on-5. So we're lining up at center ice, getting ready to go for period number 2 here. We are underway. Montreal wins it back and sends it all the way down. That goes up and out of play, though. That might be delay of game. That might be delay of game against the Canadiens here. Sherratt threw that puck into the Vegas zone, but it went up into the netting. And if that didn't deflect off glass or hit anything, that is going to be a penalty against Ben Sherratt. And it is. That is delay of game against Ben Sherratt. He shoots the puck all the way from his own zone over the glass behind Marc-Andre Fleury. And it is now going to be a brief 5-on-3 for Vegas. And then they're going to get another chance at a 5-on-4 power play here. So that is an early penalty here against Montreal. And we now going to have 13 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Terry, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. That one gets rimmed around the boards there and cleared out by Montreal. Here they come up ice into the attacking zone. Theodore knocks Suzuki down. And now the coming back the other way is Vegas now. 5-on-3 comes to an end. We're back to a regular 5-on-4 power play. 1:40 to go on the man advantage. Vegas trying to set it up in the offensive end. Not able to. Cleared out there again by the Montreal PK. Back out now. Back in their own zone. They go D to D, and Montreal's just going to kill some time here. Their penalty kill, 90+% in the playoffs. And you're seeing why so far in this game. Taken here now, Vegas trying to get set up now, finally with possession. Theodore moves it up the boards, though, kept in by Pietrangelo. Weekly H, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat. That's cleared out by the Habs now. 54 seconds of power play time left. Vegas trying to get it back into the attacking end.
Played here, Pietrangelo, high slot shot and a save there by Price. Down behind, Vegas keeps possession. Now Montreal comes in and takes it. That's cleared up the boards, but not out. Pietrangelo keeps it in again, the blue line. Hops over Marchessault's stick. Played now by Martinez. Down low. Still 30 seconds of man advantage time left for the Golden Knights. They have possession. They're cleanly set up in the offensive zone, looking to extend the lead to 2. Moved here now. Back to the point. Long shot there. That one easily gloved down by Price, who saw it the whole way. And 16 seconds of power play time left. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the Golden Knights, but Montreal's done a nice job on the kill so far. Yeah, Vernon, it is. I mean, their penalty kill in these playoffs have been absolutely phenomenal. Now cleared there again by the Canadiens all the way down, and that's going to bring us to the final seconds of the power play here. It's just about over, and Montreal kills off another one. So Montreal doing a good job on the PK here as they have all playoffs long. Here's Vegas, so back 5-on-5, wide open. Martinez scores! Shea Theodore fakes the shot, gets everybody out of position, and then passes to Martinez, and he makes it 2-0 just after the power play came to an end. 2-0 Golden Knights on a goal from Alec Martinez. And both of Vegas's goals now have come from defensemen. John, what is going on? Welcome in. Malcolm, thank you so much for being here, for subscribing and being here. Daily Dose, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat as we are back underway. Early second period. Chris, thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing. New sub hype in the chat for Chris. Mo, what is going on? Matt, what is going on? Welcome in. I am in my basement, Wyatt. 17:20 to go in the second. That one's cleared out. Moved out now by Vegas. Montreal has to go back to regroup. They are now down by 2 here. Early stages of period 2. And Vegas has a couple goals from defensemen that has given them the lead in this one. I didn't see any of the game yesterday, Matt. Moved up now. Canadiens trying to get it through the neutral zone. Vegas steals it and sends it back in. Down behind the net. 16:40 to go in period 2. Now here's Gustafson trying to get it out of the zone. Vegas back in their own end. Regrouping here up to White Cloud. White Cloud through neutral ice. Deflected into the offensive zone. Habs take possession, though. Reeves and Colasar on the forecheck. Habs move it up into the attacking zone. Here comes Joel Armia. Cross-ice pass. He takes a hit, but then it gets thrown in there. Fleury grabs it with the glove and makes the save. 16:13 to go. And it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Canadiens now as Fleury grabs that with the glove and covers it up. And Habs are looking to cut this back to a 1-goal game. Trying to get some offense going here in period 2. Martinez with his 3rd goal of the postseason. Gives a little bit of breathing room here to the Golden Knights. This one gets moved back to the neutral zone. Canadiens will try to get it back into the offensive end. Dumped in there by Gallagher, trying to glove it down. Played there by Lehkonen. That one stopped again by Fleury. Vegas coming back the other way. 2-on-1 up ice. Into the attacking zone. Stone! Oh, what a glove save! Beautiful glove save there by Carey Price. robbing Mark Stone of a goal to make it 3-0. Price comes up big with the trapper there. Hey, what's going on, Mike and Julie? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Julio, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. $15.50 to go now here in period 2. Attacking zone draw for the Golden Knights, but it's won back defensively by Montreal, and they chip it out. Dio Melita, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat. Lucas, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Taken down now. Habs trying to work it out of their end. Vegas trying to pour on the pressure here. Already up by 2 in game number 1. Smith keeps it in. Down to Carlson now. Move to the middle. Back to Pietrangelo. Long shot. That one deflects wide. 15:05 to go here in period 2. Spin around shot there for Marchessault. Blocked on the way through, but Vegas keeps possession. Down in the corner. Trying to send it in front, and now we get a delayed penalty call. And is this one going to be against the Canadiens as well? It looks like it. So, second period not going quite so good for Montreal here, as Vegas is going to go back to the power play as Joel Edmondson heads to the penalty box. So that is going to be a slashing call there against Edmondson, and that is going to give Vegas another power play opportunity here. And there's a chance for them to really break this one open. Perlo, what is going on? Jason, thank you so much for being here. We got a Behind the Arc raid. Hey, welcome in everybody from Behind the Arc Basketball. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Coming back the other way. Vegas takes a penalty now. We're going to get 4-on-4 as that puck gets touched up. And that power play does not last long for the Golden Knights, as we're going to get some 4-on-4 action now. Absolutely, Brian. Always has been. Thank you, everybody from Behind the Arc, for stopping in. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for the support. Sal is the man. Offensive zone draw now for the Canadiens. 1:40 left in the 4-on-4. Trying to get this game back to a 1-goal game. Vegas, what is going on? Welcome in. General, thank you for subscribing. Got some sub hype for General in the chat. Amber, thank you so much for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. Move now. 1:20 left in the 4-on-4. Habs with the puck through the neutral zone. Trying to bring it into the offensive end. Hey, Dakota, that is awesome. Congratulations. Vegas is able to clear it back out. Center ice. Now taken here. Canadiens regain possession. They're trying to move it through into the offensive zone now. Here's Toffoli. He loses it. Vegas coming back the other way. Here come the Golden Knights on the rush. Trying to get it into the middle. Moved there. Sent in behind the net, though, by Carlson. Taken by Pietrangelo. Possession, Vegas. High offensive zone. Now White Cloud to the face-off dot. Good defensive posturing there by the Canadiens. They don't let a shot through. Vegas trying to cut in. Now Price pokes that one away. And Montreal will come back the other way. Still 33 seconds of 4-on-4 remaining. Ethan, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Ethan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Salvador, what is going on? Welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it.
Here we go now. Canadiens coming back the other way. We're about to be done with a 4-on-4. Then Montreal will get a very, very brief power play as the 4-on-4 comes to an end here. But Montreal's power play is only going to be about 10 seconds, and then we'll be back to full strength 5-on-5 hockey for both teams. Vegas is back in their own zone now, trying to work it out. Canadiens trying to keep it in. That one's cleared by the Golden Knights. Power play comes to an end, and we are all evened up again. 5-on-5 action, still 2-0 Golden Knights now with 12.5 to go in the second period. Taken out here in the neutral zone. Dumped in deep now by Vegas, and Kulak goes back to play it for Montreal. He's trying to start the breakout now. Salvador John, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very much appreciated as the Canadiens are now setting up in the offensive zone. Paul Byron with it. Back to the point. D to D now to Kulak. His shot goes purposely wide. Anderson can't get to the rebound. Sent to the corner now. Vegas trying to work it out. Played here, though, by the Canadiens. They keep it in. Cycling around in the offensive zone. 11:50 to go here in period 2. Moved up now. The Golden Knights take the puck. They bring it into the offensive end. Now we got another tripping call coming up. And Vegas is going to get another power play here. Kulak is going to head off for tripping. And that's going to put the Golden Knights back up on the man advantage. And it will be 5-on-4. Dakota, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype. Isaiah, welcome in. Sal, what is going on, bro? From Behind the Arc Basketball, as we had a commercial break here. If you guys like basketball, please make sure to check out Behind the Arc. He is an absolute legend, does college and NBA. As we're at commercial break here, second period action. Vegas up 2-0, and now they're going to get another power play opportunity here. As Montreal had a very solid first period, but they are unraveling a little bit here for Vegas. As this is now, I think, the third, maybe fourth penalty against the Canadiens in this game. It's been a slew of penalties here at the start of the second. Let's see. Vegas right now is 0 for 3 on the power play. This will be Vegas's fourth power play. This will be Vegas's fourth power play of the game here, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage of this one. They do not have a power play goal yet. The second goal by Martinez came after the power play had ended. So that was officially a 5-on-5 goal for Martinez. So Vegas technically is 0 for 3 on the power play, but they're getting a fourth opportunity here. So here we are coming back from commercial break now. This is a big kill for Montreal. They cannot afford to go down 3-0. They really don't have the offensive firepower to come back from being down 3-0 in the game. I don't think, especially against Marc-Andre Fleury with as well as he's playing right now. So Montreal cannot let this get to a 3-goal deficit. They have got to kill this off. I think they do, Austin. It's not, I feel like it's a very advanced stat, though. Like, it's not one that you can just pull up easily, but I think if you dig into it and really go looking through some, like, numbers, then I think they do keep that stat somewhere. But I don't even think it's on NHL.com. I think you would have to go into, like, some analytics website or something to find it. Long shot in there by Marchessault. That one just goes wide. We are underway here. First 40 seconds of the power play already finished. Vegas gets it back through the neutral zone, trying to bring it back into the offensive end. That one stood up, though, at the blue line. Well, yeah, there's like possession stats, but I don't know if there's like
The puck was in the neutral zone for this amount of time of the game. It was in the offensive end for this amount, and it was in the defensive end for this amount. I don't know where you would find those stats, but they've got to be out there somewhere. But they're definitely not ones that you see on the main page of NHL.com, that's for sure. Parker, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Parker, everybody. Vegas in the offensive zone here trying to extend the lead. Martinez with a shot that just goes wide. Montreal clears it all the way down. 15 seconds left on the power play. We have just passed the halfway point of this game. Got 9:50 to go now in the second period. Vegas back into the offensive zone as the power play clock runs down. Puck's in the corner. That's going to do it. That gets moved out. So we are back to 5-on-5 now. Canadiens have killed off another one. Vegas is now 0 for 4 on the power play. Mia, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Vegas, what is going on? Welcome in. Down in the corner now. 9:05 to go in the second period. Rimmed around the boards there. Holden keeps it in the blue line. Taken now by the Golden Knights. Shot in there. That one gets blocked on the way through. They're looking to extend the lead to 3. Long shot again. Deflected wide. That one just goes to the corner. White Cloud keeps it in. Sent back to the blue line. Montreal is able to take it now. Kotkaniemi pass out of the zone. But the Habs are offsides entering the offensive end, and that is going to be a stoppage here with 8:37 to go in the second period. And Vegas has the 2-0 lead over Montreal. We'll have a neutral zone face-off when we get back after the offsides there against the Canadiens. But thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it, each and every one of you. I cover the entire NHL. So no matter what team you're a fan of, you're welcome and wanted here. Would really mean a lot if you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. Gonna be streaming all playoffs long. Plan right now is to do every game left these playoffs. Yeah, it should be a good next few weeks here as we determine who's gonna take home the Stanley Cup here in 2021. But thank you guys so much for being here. Very much appreciated. And we're just we're at commercial break here with about 8.5 to go in period 2. Bubsy, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, there's been a ton of penalties in the second period, Avi. Montreal is starting to lose it a little bit. They've got to get some momentum headed back in their direction because Vegas has been much better here in period number 2. My favorite team is Boston. Hey, welcome our new subscribers, new sub hype, Vegas. Thank you so much. What do you mean, what info, Wyatt? What do you mean by info? Here we go now. Offensive zone draw. One back defensively, though, there by Montreal, and they're able to get it out of their zone. I'm not doing predictions anymore. I'm watching the game, Wyatt. I'm literally watching it in front of me. So it's play-by-play. I call the game as it happens. So that puck goes up. We got a stoppage here. Looks like Gallagher's a little shaken up. We got another stoppage here with 8:14 to go in the second. Yeah, I'm not doing series predictions for these series or the finals. Any team that makes it to that point can win. William Carrier is going to head to the penalty box here. So Montreal's going to get a power play chance now. It's been a parade to the penalty box here in period number 2. And for it's been a lot against the Canadiens so far, but now it's Vegas picking up the penalty. Carrier gets a roughing call, and it's going to be a chance now for the Habs on the man advantage to try and cut this back to a 1-goal game. 8:14 to go here in the second. That one gets one back. Setting up now in the offensive zone. Canadiens looking to get on the board. Sent there. Oh, backdoor Caulfield just off the outside of the net. Kept in, though. Possession still for Montreal. Taken in here. Rebound chance. And Caulfield scores on the rebound. Not even 20 seconds into the power play, the Canadiens get on the board, and it's a 2-1 game. And Montreal takes advantage of the power play, and Cole Caulfield on the rebound. Able to put one by Fleury, and this is back to a 1-goal difference. Sebastian, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We've got ourselves a close one again here as Montreal picks up a big power play goal from the rookie Caulfield. And that is his first goal of the 2021 playoffs. Congratulations to him. His first playoff goal. And that gets the Canadiens right back into this one with about 7:40 to go here in period 2. That one's iced, though, by Montreal, and that's going to give Vegas an attacking zone draw now. And a chance to try and extend the lead back. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, honestly, Radio Free, that goal was for Perlo. He needed that. As this one now won in the offensive zone by the Golden Knights. Long shot there, blocked on the way through. Behind the net, Pacioretty shields off Weber. Down to the corner now. Vegas trying to keep possession here in the attacking zone. They do. Chandler Stevenson on the half boards. Stolen though there, and Montreal's able to chip it out. Brady McNabb back to his own zone. He has to start the rush again now for Vegas as they bring it through the neutral zone. Pacioretty with it. Down in on Price. He just covers it up. Stops it with the stick and covers it up. 7:07 to go here in the second period. There'll be another attacking zone draw for Vegas coming up again here. Thank you, Dakota. Really, really appreciate that. Kyle, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. XGN, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see everybody in the chat here tonight. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Vegas here setting up in the offensive zone. Shot there from Tuck. That one goes in! Deflection goal there for the Golden Knights. And they regain the 2-goal lead as that one gets by Price. Looks like it's going to be Matthias Janmark's goal. On the deflection, Alex Tuck threw it to the back post. And it looks like Janmark was able to get a piece of it. Ham Radio, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Tuck throws it back post. It hits off of one of the Canadiens players. Hits the off of maybe Janmark's stick there, and then off the post and in. That was a bouncy pinball type goal there for the Golden Knights, but they all count the same, and it is now 3-1 Vegas on the scoreboard with about 6.5 to go here in the second period, and then Price comes up with a big pad stop there in front. Taken now. Montreal back the other way. They dump it into the offensive zone. Taking now Waugh, trying to clear it out of his end. Vegas back to neutral ice now. They're going to dump it into the Montreal zone. Down there behind, taking there Gustafsson D to D to Edmondson. Edmondson moves it up the wing, and Montreal gets it out of their zone. 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Dumped back in by the Golden Knights. They've regained the 2-goal lead. They're up 3-1 here over Montreal in game number 1. Steeler, what is going on? Iceman, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Steeler, honestly, there was zero recovery from that. I mean, Boston didn't deserve to win, so that you get what you get. Hey, thank you so much, Dakota. Really, really appreciate that. Moved up now, Riley Smith with it through the neutral zone. Pass up to Marchessault. He backhands it to Carlson. Carlson trying to bring it in. Loses it in the corner, though. Montreal trying to clear it out. They are able to get it back to neutral ice. Taken, though, by Smith on the back check. And Vegas will go back to the Montreal end, but that one's turned over. Played now by the Habs. Under 5 minutes to go in period number 2. They dump it into the offensive zone. They're down by a couple of goals. They would love to get this back to 1 before this intermission comes up. So one gets taken there by the Golden Knights, but it's only to the red line, and Montreal sends it right back into their end. Pietrangelo behind the net, through the middle. Doesn't connect with anybody, but Vegas wins the race. Pacioretty takes a big hit from Edmondson. Kulak comes in and gets the puck. Around Stone, Canadiens clear. Into the offensive zone now. Deneau with it. Trying to set up with possession here for Montreal. Back to Edmondson. Edmondson with a blast that gets blocked on the way through. Played by Lehkonen now to Perry. To Kulak. To Gallagher in the middle. Long shot there. That wasn't Perry. That was Deneau. My apologies. I just saw the 4, but it's 24. 4:09 left here. As that one goes up and out of play, we get a whistle. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Canadiens when we come back. Vegas, though, has a 3-1 lead over Montreal in period number 2. Late stages of period number 2. And we're under 5 minutes to go in this one. And we're headed to commercial break. Hey, thank you, Sal. Appreciate that. Magic Man, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We've got second period action here. We are very close to 100 likes on the stream. Thank you guys so much. We're here, late stages of period number 2. Vegas in control right now. We'll see if Montreal has the offensive prowess enough to push back here. They need a couple. They would love to get one before the intermission. They can get this back to a 1-goal game at the intermission. That would be huge for the Canadiens. They'd still very much be in this game. Yeah, this has been a fairly fast-paced game, Austin. I agree with that. It didn't start till like 9:15, and it's an hour and a half in, and we're almost done with the second period. So, it's moved along. Thank you, Ham Radio. I am not if you count this as being a sports announcer, then yes, because I do this, a lot on here, but I don't work for a team or a network or anything like that. I just have this channel on YouTube, and I do all of my announcing and NHL coverage here on this channel. Yes, Cole Caulfield's parents are at the game, and they showed his mom when he scored. She was obviously very happy, and his family looked pretty pumped up when Caulfield got that goal. His first career playoff goal. So really nice to see, and great to have your parents there watching for a moment like that. Here we go. Canadiens trying to bring it back into the offensive zone now, under 4 minutes left in the second. Vegas trying to chip it out. They get it to the blue line, but don't clear. Move now there. Montreal right back in on the forecheck. Anderson with a good hit there on McNabb. Not able to keep it at the blue line, though, was Sherratt. And he'll go D to D now. Nope, he doesn't. He fakes the D to D and then goes up through the middle. And that deflects right in on Fleury. And he gloves it down, and Vegas plays it, trying to get it quickly out of their zone. Tuck up now into the offensive end, Kolesar. He plays it on the half boards. Backhands it down to the corner. Montreal takes possession back, though. Susan, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Did we hit 100, Vernon? Hey, we did hit 100 likes on the stream. Thank you guys so much. Let's get that 100 like hype in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, really appreciate that. As Reeves takes it now down low with Kolesar and Carrier. Fourth line for the Golden Knights. Getting some good cycle pressure in the offensive end. Pietrangelo with it now. Long shot goes wide. Kolesar behind. Gets it now out in front to Reeves. His shot gets blocked there by Montreal. Taken out of the zone now. 2:40 to go in period 2. Taken here now. The Golden Knights back into the offensive end. Sent all the way in. One gets knocked down, though. Riley Smith digging for it. Along with William Karlsson in the corner. 2:20 now left in the second period. Moved out here and cleared by the Canadiens. They get it through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Caulfield's shot goes wide off the end boards. Vegas is going to quickly get it out. They move it back up to neutral ice where Perry steals it, but then it goes off the boards and Pietrangelo takes it back for the Golden Knights. Move now, dumped into the offensive zone. Going in on the attack there. Forechecking pressure from Vegas. Move down now, trying to get a pass in front here. Stone gets it through. Oh, Price comes across. Makes a beautiful save there. Keeping this game 3-1. Marchessault with the opportunity, but Price with a massive save. St. Martin, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Great to have you in the chat, as always. Solomon, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for watching. Good to have you here. We've got 1:40 left in the second period. Attacking zone draw here. Attacking zone draw here for the Golden Knights, but they can't keep it in. Now they get it back. Forechecking pressure now in the Montreal zone. Vegas with a very good period number 2 here. Trying to come out of it with at least a 2-goal lead that they have now. Lehkonen trying to get it out of the zone. Now up to Deneau over the red line. 1 minute remaining in the second period. And that one's going to get whistled down, and we'll get another stoppage here. Exactly a minute left in period 2. We're going to have a face-off coming up. Ben, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Erod, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Dakota. Tampa Bay and the Islanders tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'll be live for Game 2 of that series. This has been a really good game, Erod. Very, very fun game to watch. Absolutely. This one gets taken now. Canadiens dump it into the offensive zone. We're under a minute to go in period 2. They would love to get this back to a 1-goal game. Vegas trying to take the 2-goal lead to the intermission and just have to worry about the third. Josh Anderson with a big hit there on McNabb. Cleared out by the Golden Knights. They go after it. Janmark wins the race. 35 seconds left in the second period. Lamar, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for watching. Great to have you here, as always, as it goes back to the neutral zone. Played here, 20 seconds left in the period. Doesn't matter to me, Jonathan. I'm just hoping for great hockey, but I have no rooting interest the rest of these playoffs as far as who I want to win or whatnot. Doesn't matter to me.
As that is going to do it as the puck's in the neutral zone and the horn sounds. That is the end of the second period here. Yes, very, Salmon. All right, sounds good, Dakota. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Great to have you stopping in the chat. Awesome. So thank you so much. We're headed to the second intermission, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got a 3-1 Vegas lead here, as they had a very, very solid period number 2. And they were able to give themselves some breathing room and a 2-goal lead heading into the third. But we've got some time to kill at the intermission while we wait for period 3 to begin. And I really, really appreciate everybody being here. I don't have one, Ben. I'm not really doing predictions anymore. We're too deep into the playoffs. Anybody can beat anybody, and I'm not doing any predictions on series, games, scores. I have no idea. CL, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. So we are at the second intermission here. Vegas has a 3-1 lead here in game number 1, trying to get out to a 1-0 series lead. Really appreciate everybody watching. It would mean a lot if you could hit that thumbs up and subscribe. If you haven't yet, I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. I'm going to be streaming all playoffs long. Well over it, Solomon. Doesn't really matter. Well over it. Gloria, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Obviously, Austin, you don't bandwagon teams. Once you're a fan of a team, you're a fan of that team forever. Like, I'm not going to switch teams. Transportation Land, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. We're the second intermission. Vegas with a 3-1 lead. If fans should not switch their number 1 team. Like, you can be fans of other teams. Obviously, there's plenty of other teams in the NHL that I like, but my number 1 team will never ever change. Will never ever change. There's no bandwagoning top favorites. If you want to bandwagon your second, third, or fourth favorite team, no, sure, go for it. But your favorite team, your top team, should always be your top team. I don't think they're going to, Jeff. I think they're going to play their entire careers with Pittsburgh and Washington, respectively. What do you mean? Like, it's an injury. There's no thoughts to be had. Like, it's an injury. There's really no thoughts to be had on it. I hope he gets better soon. Not rooting for anybody, Luca. Do not care who wins. Just hoping for good hockey. Absolutely, Kyle. Every team that makes it this far has a chance to win, 100%. So, I absolutely could see Vegas winning it this year. They've looked really, really strong all season long, and they've been great in the playoffs.
Hey, we'll see, Radio Free. They're off to a good start through 2 periods. I mean, you need a lot more than that to pull off a sweep. But Vegas has played a very solid game so far, and they got better in the second period. So that's good news for them. That's awesome, Ben. Red Wings fans. Yeah, we got fans of every team on this channel. So I mean, Fleury was way better in the regular season, but Price has been absolutely outstanding in the playoffs, but so is Fleury. They've both been outstanding in the playoffs, but Fleury was spectacular in the regular season too. Price was not, but they're two of the best goalies in the league. Yeah, I did have Vegas winning in my bracket, but I haven't looked at my bracket in probably since like the third day of the playoffs. I just haven't looked at it because most of the teams that I had picked lost. So I haven't cared about my bracket in a while because it's junk, with the exception of Vegas making it this far. Hey, welcome back, Prosperous. We're getting ready for period number 3 here. Vegas up by a couple. Montreal is going to need a huge third if they're going to come back in this one. Well, with Pittsburgh at the time, it wasn't that they didn't think that Fleury was going to be good anymore, but they had Matt Murray coming off back-to-back Stanley Cup wins. I mean, you got to remember, like, obviously now everyone's looking at it like, oh, Pittsburgh should have kept Fleury. Why did they let go of Fleury? You know, like, why didn't they keep him? Why didn't they, get rid of Murray? But at the time, everybody was saying that you have to let Fleury go, and Matt Murray is the next franchise goalie. Matt Murray came in, won back-to-back Stanley Cups in his first 2 seasons, and everybody was thinking that Matt Murray was going to be like one of the best goaltenders of like this generation, and that he was going to be the next franchise guy. He was like significantly younger than Fleury. They were like, you have to keep Murray and you get rid of the older guy. And that was like the passing of the torch. What ended up happening was Matt Murray's Stanley Cup wins were the best he's played ever in his career, and he got worse after that, and that was not really what people were expecting. And now, in hindsight, it looks really, really bad that Marc-Andre Fleury is a Vezina finalist and could potentially be winning the Stanley Cup this year, while Pittsburgh's biggest problem in the playoffs was their goaltending. And it looks really bad right now that they got rid of Fleury and kept Murray, because Murray didn't end up being the goaltender that everyone thought he was going to when he first came in and won those cups. But at the time, everybody was saying that you keep Murray and get rid of Fleury, but obviously that didn't work out to be the right move over the course of the last few years. Well, Kadri's suspended every playoff, Salmon, so no. The Leafs should not have kept Kadri because he doesn't play in the playoffs. He plays like 2 or 3 games and then gets suspended. All right, Mia, see you later. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate you stopping in. Well, yeah, Stanley, but you can't protect both goaltenders. So, which whichever goaltender they protected, Vegas was going to take the other one. Like, if they had protected Fleury, Vegas was going to take Matt Murray. Because, again, at the time, Matt Murray was thought to be this up-and-coming franchise goaltender who had just won 2 Stanley Cups. Like, so Pittsburgh couldn't keep both. They couldn't protect both. One of them was going to get picked by Vegas, and they ended up letting Fleury go because he was older, and they took a chance on Murray being a franchise goaltender, and he ended up not being. Yeah, Tristan Jarry is not... He's not the answer for the Penguins. Yes, Matt Murray plays for Ottawa now. He kind of had an up-and-down season this year. There were times where he looked pretty good, and obviously there were some rough stretches there with the Sens as well. But Murray had an up-and-down year this year, but he hasn't turned into that top 5 franchise level, Vezina level goaltender that everyone thought he was going to become after watching him in his first couple of seasons. Exactly, Kyle, exactly. So that's just the way it worked out. They let Fleury go. One of the goalies was going to go. It ended up being Fleury, and now he's been awesome with Vegas, and Vegas has had a lot of success with Fleury as their starter. Oh, I think the Pens are going to do a lot this offseason, Austin. I think they're going to do a lot. As much as they can, because they have a new GM now with Ron Hextall. He came in partway during this season, and now he's going to get a full offseason with the team and a chance to make his moves and do what he wants to do. I think Pittsburgh's going to do a lot. Definitely, Jack. Definitely. Lamar, Vegas is exempt from the expansion draft. Vegas isn't going to be losing anyone in the expansion draft. They're exempt because they're also a new team. Reeves got suspended early in the Colorado series, radio free, and Vegas is still in. Oh yeah, absolutely prosperous. Nobody's gonna take Jarry as a starter. Like, the Penguins would have to sweeten that deal with something. And what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Literally almost anybody, Jonathan. Really hasn't, Salman. Really hasn't. And my state is completely back to normal now anyway, so no, Lamar, Vegas's problem is salary cap. Vegas's problem is salary cap. They're going to lose at least one significant piece this offseason just as a cap casualty. They're going to have to dump a contract somewhere. Donna, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. I think the biggest thing, D-Rob, is goaltending. I mean, we see it every year in the playoffs. The teams with the hottest goaltenders go the deepest, and Carey Price has been absolutely phenomenal in these playoffs. So they have a hot goaltender. They're capable of beating anybody with a hot goaltender. Every year in the playoffs, it comes down to who gets the best goaltending, and that's what we're seeing again here with Montreal. Teams go on runs when they have really good or not even, you don't even have to be one of the best goalies in the league. You just have to get really, really hot at the right time.
And it happens a lot. I probably Austin, but we'll see. We got to see how this series goes. I don't know, Kyle. I'm actually very interested to see how that works out. Very interested to see how that works out. I do not think Price is getting traded, no. I would love for DeBrus to get traded, Jonathan, yes. H, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, they're gonna somebody's gonna be gone, Craig. Probably is Martinez a UFA at the end of this year? Because if he's a UFA at the end of this year, then he's definitely gonna be gone because they do not have the cap space to bring him back. I think Hamilton probably signed somewhere else, Prospers. It seems like he kind of wants out of Carolina. Based on the interviews with him at the end of the season and stuff, and I guess Carolina's given him permission to check out the free agent market and talk with other teams. So it seems like he's going to be on the move. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. Probably not at this point, Ariana, but no, they would protect Fleury. They would I get what you're saying now. No. If Vegas wasn't exempt from the expansion draft, they would definitely protect Fleury, I would think. Fleury would be the goalie that they would protect, I think, and Leonard would probably be the goaltender going to Seattle. Of course, Mikhail. It's only game one. We're just getting started. Either team can win this series. We are just getting started. We'll see, St. Martin. We'll see. Budweiser, Kyle. They got the American flag cans out now. Half the cans have the red and white stripes, and the other half have the blue and white, or have the blue with the white stars. So it's getting close to 4th of July here, and Budweiser's got the American cans out. They're awesome. Love them. Yeah, they would definitely have to lose some salary cap for that to happen, because Dougie Hamilton is going to fetch a huge contract on the open market. Hamilton is going to be probably, I would say, around $7 to $7.5 million per season for Dougie Hamilton. I would think it's going to be a big contract. Yes, Mikhail, my birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks. June 30th is getting close. But anyway, guys, here we go. We are back for the start of the third period. Does Vegas hold on to this 2-goal lead and take game one? Or does Montreal have a comeback in them? Let's go. Period 3 has begun. We are underway. Dumped into the offensive zone there by the Canadiens, but they're offsides just 10 seconds in, and we get another stoppage here. So I have a neutral zone face-off coming up now. Taken now. Off of the draw. Punched out by the Golden Knights. Montreal sends it in. They go in on the forecheck here, trying to get some offense going. Down by 2 in period 3. Just getting started here in the final 20 minutes. Moved up and all the way down. That's going to be an icing call against Vegas. And Montreal will get an attacking zone draw out of it here. Again, still not even 30 seconds in.
Face off. One back there by Suzuki. Canadiens setting up in the attacking zone. Caulfield with it in the corner. He's got Pietrangelo all over him. Pietrangelo pokes the puck away. Vegas clears it out. Moved up now by the Golden Knights. Thrown in there on Price. He makes a save on that one. 45 seconds into the third. Moved now by the Habs out of their end. Suzuki with speed through the neutral zone. Down deep now into the Vegas end. Taken though by the Golden Knights. Pacioretty with a pass. Now into the middle to Stevenson. Coming back the other way. Here's Vegas on the attack. Trying to move it now. So Jeff, teams are allowed to protect 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goaltender, or just 4 skaters in general. If they want to do the 4 forwards, 4D route, you can do 4 skaters and 1 goaltender. Or no, 4 and 4, and then, so 8 total, 4 and 4, and 1 goaltender. Or you can do the 7 forwards, 3D, and 1 goaltender. But those are what the teams are allowed to protect. Everyone else is up for picking in the expansion draft. It's taken here. 18.5 to go in the third, and the Canadiens are trying to get set up in the offensive zone. Stolen, though, by Vegas. They get it out. That was Mark Stone, another great defensive play. Move now. Into the Canadiens' end. On the rush here, trying to make it a 3-goal game. Here's Vegas, setting up in the attacking zone. That will never happen, Kyle. Also, players with no movement clauses must be protected. So that takes away 1 spot on the protection list. Anybody that has a no movement clause in their contract must be protected unless they willingly waive the no movement clause, which we've seen. We've seen Milan Lucic already say that he would do that for Calgary. I believe Eric Johnson, I saw something online today. I don't know. I haven't seen it in detail, so I don't know if it's completely true or what the deal is, but I saw something today that said that Eric Johnson would potentially waive his no movement clause for Colorado so that they wouldn't have to protect him. But yeah, if they have an NMC, then they have to be protected unless they willingly waive it. It's moved up now and dumped into the offensive zone. 3 minutes into the third here. Still 3-1 Golden Knights. Dumped in now by Vegas. Trying to get that cycle game going in the offensive end. What's going on, Mets? Welcome in. I don't know. I'm long over it, Mets. Bruins didn't deserve to win, so they get what they deserve. And I just has had absolutely zero effect on me whatsoever. Well, there's a difference, Shane. There's no trade clauses, there's modified no trade clauses, and there's no movement clauses. So a no trade clause means that a player can't be traded. A modified no trade clause means that they submit a list, either depending on how the contract is set up, they can either submit a list of teams that they cannot be traded to, or they send the team a list of teams that they are willing to be traded to, and they can only be traded to a team on those lists. On that list, it differs. Every contract is different. Sometimes it's a 5-team no trade clause. Sometimes it's a 10-team. Sometimes it's a 20-team. Sometimes it's a 5-team list of teams that they could be traded to. Like, there's all different stipulations contract to contract with that. A no movement clause means that the player cannot be moved at all. They cannot be traded. They cannot be waived. They can't be sent to the minors. Like, they cannot be moved at all. And that is the difference with a no movement clause. So, with a no movement clause, they cannot be picked in the expansion draft unless they waive it, obviously. They can't go anywhere else except for the team that they signed with that no movement clause for. Yes, Cole Caulfield is number 22. And Ski, I think Caulfield is a very good young player. He was a blast to watch in college. And I think he is, I think he's going to be a really good goal scorer in the NHL. He's obviously on the smaller side, but I think if he can learn how to, make that not an issue the way that guys like Braden Point have, then the size isn't going to be an issue at all. And I think Caulfield's going to put a lot of pucks in the net. We're down now to about 14-12 to go in the third period. Montreal and Vegas still a 3-1 game here. No scoring yet in the third as Vegas works it out of their zone and now into the Canadiens' end. Reeves goes in on the forecheck. He lays a big hit there on Gustafsson, who moves the puck up the boards, though. And Montreal's able to get it back to the neutral zone. Taken here. Now, by Vegas back into the Montreal end, they regroup. Under 14 minutes to go in this one, Canadiens need some offense. And they're going to be offsides entering the zone there, and that's going to be a whistle. Neutral zone face-off coming up here with 13:37 to go in the third, but that is going to bring us to the end, or the first commercial break of the third period here with under 14 to go, and Vegas is holding on to the 2-goal lead. Yes, Landeskog is a UFA at the end of this year, Prosperous. So they're going to need to get a new deal done with him in Colorado, or maybe, I'd be shocked if he's not back in Colorado, but it is possible. He has the freedom to sign anywhere now this summer. But as we head to commercial break here, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. It would mean a lot if you could hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so no matter what team you're a fan of, everyone is welcome and wanted here. And I should be streaming every game for the remainder of the playoffs. So, going to be a lot of hockey content here, a lot of coverage. And content never stops. Even in the off season, I'm still doing regular videos. I'll still do some streams during the off season. Like there's no true time off for me. This is a year-round thing. And we'd love to have you become part of the community here. So hit that sub, hit that like. It really helps out so much and is greatly appreciated. We are in the third period. Vegas has a 3-1 lead here, trying to take game number 1 at the start of this series and get out to a lead on home ice. Crosby is absolutely going to have his number retired by the Penguins, Jeff. Absolutely. When his career is over, no one on Pittsburgh will ever wear 87 again, and Crosby's banner will be up in the rafters, probably like as soon as he retires, honestly. We're coming back from commercial break here. Vegas trying to put this one away. Montreal trying to push hard for a comeback here. I would say either David Pastrnak or Brad Marchand. I mean, Marchand had a better year in the regular season this year, but I think Pastrnak is probably the most talented player that the Bruins have. But then, like, obviously Bergeron is he's definitely not what he was in his prime, but he's still a tremendous player and an awesome leader. And Charlie McAvoy is definitely a top player for Boston as well. He is a top 5 Bruin without a doubt. Had a Norris level season this year, so I would definitely say that it's between Marchand or Pastrnak right now, though. Oh yeah, Crosby is gonna be like Lemieux and Gretzky and the guys that got the waiting period waived, because normally there's a 3-year waiting period between the time that you retire to when you can be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But then like the all-time legendary players have had that 3-year wait waived off. And Crosby is going to get that waived. He will be a Hall of Famer the year after he retires. He'll be in that next Hall of Fame class, and absolutely just a legendary player. Robert, thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get some hype in the chat for Robert, new sub. Yes, Craig, I've been to one Boston Bruins game back in 2014. I go to a lot of Providence Bruins games, though. So I go see live hockey in the AHL in college quite a bit. But NHL games are really expensive, so I've only been to one. Definitely trying to get some more. Get to some more. No, Boston's got to do something about the D, John. Standing pat would be a disaster. The D proved in the playoffs this year that they aren't ready. The younger guys are not ready, so. Long shot there, saved there by Price. And that one, Montreal's able to get out of their zone. 12:07 to go now in the third period. Canadiens trying to get some offense going here. They're down by 2. Hey now, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Robert Yzerman takes... I don't think he'll take a... I don't think he's going to take a goalie this year. But... or not in the first round this year. But I would not be surprised if at some point he does get a goaltender early, Robert. But I don't think it's going to be this draft. Unless he trades back. Unless he trades back to like a more mid-first round pick, then maybe he does. But with the pick that the Red Wings have now in the top 10, I don't think they're going to take a goalie. Bob Sponge, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Best goaltender right now for my money is Andrei Vasilevsky, Ski. He's my number one goalie in the league right now. All right, here's Vegas trying to work it out of their end. Up the boards, chip back out. 10:55 to go here in the third period. Vegas now into the offensive zone. Kolasar with it behind the net. Check there by Gustafsson. Taken by Carrier. Long shot there. That one goes wide. Montreal trying to work it out of their zone now up to Caulfield. Over the red line now into the attacking zone here to Byron with it. He sends that one deep around the boards and Vegas is going to be able to chip it out. Cleared there by the Golden Knights. Back to the neutral zone now. Dumped in by Vegas. They'll get the forechecking pressure going. We are almost halfway through the third period. We're ticking down towards 10 minutes to go. Long shot there from Holden. Blockered away by Price. Now Marchessault down low. Now to the other far corner, it's Carlson. He gets checked there by Weber. Ski, thank you so much for subscribing. And Vegas scores! Backdoor play there for the Golden Knights. They make it 4-1, and this one might be out of reach at this point with under 10 minutes left. Nick Holden with another goal for the Golden Knights. Back-to-back games with goals for Nick Holden. And they take a 4-1 lead here over the Canadiens with just under 10 minutes to go. And I think Vegas pretty much has this one in the bag at this point. Great pass from Riley Smith. Holden walks in back door and is able to put it past Price, who was not able to get back into position. And that is a 4-1 lead here for Vegas. Ski, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat for Ski. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's awesome, Jeff. We're getting ready to get back underway here. 9:50 to go in the third, and the Montreal Canadiens find themselves in a 3-goal hole now with under 10 minutes left. No, they definitely do have the personnel, John. It was a very physical game, particularly the first period was extremely physical, but
It's died down a little bit since then. Ilaria, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat for Ilaria. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Terry, welcome into the stream. Caulfield has the only goal for the Canadiens. Vegas has goals from, let's see, it was Theodore, Martinez, Janmark, and now Holden. So 3 out of the 4 goals. 3 out of the 4 goals for Vegas have been scored by defensemen. Yeah, with only like 9 minutes left to go, this game's pretty close to being done here. I don't think Montreal is going to come back from down by 3 in less than 10 minutes. They really don't have the offensive firepower for that. Especially against a top-notch defensive team like the Golden Knights and with Marc-Andre Fleury in goal. All right, Jeff, sounds good. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'm a Bruins fan, H. I'm from Massachusetts, but this channel's for everybody. I cover the whole league here. All right, Austin, have a good one. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow night for Tampa and New York, Game 2. So that'll be a really good one. Should be a lot of fun tomorrow night. This game does feel like it's done, Prosperous. I don't see Montreal having the offensive firepower to be able to come back against Vegas, who is the best defensive team in the league in the regular season and has an extremely hot goaltender in Marc-Andre Fleury right now. Hey, H, subscribe. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Let's get some new sub hype for H in the chat. And he's in Maine. There you go. Maine is awesome. Vacationed up there many, many times. Let's see. Mr. No Name, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I think McNabb was the guy that they lost in the expansion draft, John. And then Martinez, they ended up trading to Vegas because LA wasn't a contender anymore and Vegas needed an upgrade on D. So they traded Martinez to Vegas, but yeah, I mean LA's in a rebuild right now, so they get rid of older players and try and get some draft picks and prospects. All right, here we go now. 8:54 left in the third. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Golden Knights. They've got a 4-1 lead over Montreal here in game number 1. And have to imagine that this game is pretty much done at this point. They just got to obviously play the remaining 8:54. So, in to take the face-off there. One back, though, defensively by the Canadiens, and they'll try and work it out of their zone. Move now kept in there at the blue line, though. Here comes Nicholas Waugh, and against Romanov, he lays a big hit. Now Tuck comes in, but that's moved out by Suzuki, and it's out to the neutral zone where Vegas has to get possession back and send it back into the offensive end. Price comes out to play it to Romanov. Up the boards now to Toffoli. Toffoli back to Romanov. Down to 8:22 to go now in the third. Montreal running out of time for their comeback attempt. Yes, Zachary, I am streaming Lightning and Islanders tomorrow night. Definitely a bit of a wake-up call, Akuma, for sure. Thank you so much for stopping in. Really appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat, and I completely agree. So we got exactly 8 minutes to go in the third here. Vegas ices the puck. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Canadiens. This is definitely a bit of a wake-up here for the Canadiens where, like, oh boy, there are some tough opponents out there that maybe we didn't play in the regular season, but we're going to have to play now. And we'll see how Montreal's able to respond, particularly in game number 2, and especially when they get to home ice in 3 and 4. You know, if you're the road team, if you lose the first 2 games on the road, it's not that big of a deal. If you take care of business at home and win both games at home, then you just tie the series back up at 2 and it becomes a best of 3. But if you drop a game at home and go down 3-1, or obviously if you get swept, that's really bad. But you know, it's not the end of the world to lose on the road in the playoffs if you take care of business on home ice. Akuma, it was, and I mean, I've openly said that it hasn't been that it wasn't great, and I agree. That the North Division was the weakest division this year. All right, Zachary, have a good night. Thank you for stopping in. Much appreciated. The Habs just iced the puck there. 7:25 now to go in the third. Penguins, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Absolutely radio free. Montreal, I don't think Winnipeg either would have made it if they had to play, you know, tougher opponents throughout the year. I think that, you know, if they were in the Central or if they were in the East, like there's just they wouldn't have been a playoff team. They would have been well under 500 this year, I think, if they were playing the opponents that they would have had to play in either of those divisions. Crowd is doing the wave, Sophie. As Montreal brings it into the offensive end here, down to 6:47 to go. Sent in front there. Fleury makes the save and covers it up. And we get a stoppage and a whistle there. It'll be an attacking zone draw for the Canadiens. NHL teams got it. These particular NHL teams got a special exemption, John. Montreal was given a special waiver from the Canadian government to be able to travel, as did Vegas get a waiver to be able to go to Montreal. Definitely Akuma. Have a good night, Caroline. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hopefully talk to you soon. Mike, Julie, thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated. As Toffoli can't finish that off. Kept out again by Fleury. So yeah, I mean, I'm not doing a ton of play-by-play here in the third because this game's pretty much over at this point. But we're getting a lot of good chat in, though, which is nice because yeah, thank you guys for watching. I completely understand if you guys are heading out. It's late, particularly on the East Coast. It's after 11:30 now, and this game obviously seems pretty much done at this point, so I don't blame you. So thank you guys so much for being here, those of you that are heading out, and hopefully you'll come back soon. I'll be doing, obviously, Game 2 of this series on Wednesday, but I'll also tomorrow night be doing Lightning and Islanders Game 2, so I should be streaming the rest of the playoffs, doing every game. Robert is a Red Wings fan. Yes, 25 straight years in the playoffs. That's awesome, Robert. So from Detroit, lives in New York now, but big Wings fan. Stevie Y's going to get him back. You just got to trust the process. Go through, let the rebuild happen properly. Don't rush it. And Stevie Y is going to get them back to being a really good team, I think, because he is an incredibly good general manager. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bubsy. Appreciate it. Yeah, Alex, it's definitely not been Montreal's finest performance. And they actually played well in the first period. I thought that the Canadiens had a very solid first period, but Vegas took over
in the second, like early on in the second, and it's really been all Golden Knights since then. Yeah, I mean, total goals, I don't remember. Highest scoring game, most one-sided game was definitely the 9-0 Rangers Flyers game this year that Shane's talking about. That's the most one-sided game that I've seen. But as far as like total number of goals, I don't remember. Kirill, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We're getting an offensive zone face-off now for the Canadiens with 4:36 left in the third. Vegas up 4-1, outshooting the Golden Knights 30-21, outscoring them by 3. Vegas in the second and third have really taken control of this game after a pretty even first. Empty net for Montreal as well, as Carey Price has gone to the bench. Long shot in. That one just goes wide. That'll be icing against the Golden Knights. 4:15 left in the third period. Obviously, down by 3. There's over 4 minutes left, but this is a desperation pull by Ducharme and the Canadiens. They're probably not going to come back from 3 down. They know that. So they might as well just get the goalie off and see if maybe they can pot a quick one and cut it to 2 and then go from there. Hey, that's awesome, Craig. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. It's great to have you in the chat. And Suzuki gets tossed out of the draw. Sorry, getting tired here. It is almost midnight. We're pushing towards midnight here. Definitely, Avi. Definitely. Yeah, Akuma. I mean, the Islanders are certainly capable of beating Tampa. Absolutely. So, I don't know if I wouldn't be like worried, but if you're the Lightning, you just need to know that you're in a real series here that is going to be a very tough one. I wouldn't be worried. I mean, the Lightning are still a very good team, but know that the Islanders are going to put up a big-time fight, and it's going to be a long, tough series. Oh, definitely, Kyle. I mean, I don't think there's any team that single-handedly stands out as the most fun to watch for me. I think it's more about the matchups, because I think every team has certain teams that they're fun to watch play against, and then every team has teams that they're generally kind of boring games, or if there's no real rivalry between the teams or they don't play each other a lot, then, you know, it's usually kind of slower, quiet, non-physical games that end up being kind of boring. So I don't think there's any team in my mind that I look at and go, like, they're the most exciting team in the league. Like, I enjoy watching pretty much every team, and it's more about the matchups as to if it's going to be, you know, that next level of great game or if it's just going to be a regular NHL night. It really depends on who the two teams are that are playing. Oh, absolutely, Kyle. Islanders are a very, very good team. Structured, best coach in the league, in my opinion, in Barry Trotz. Islanders deserve a lot of credit. 2:11 now left in the third, and we're gonna go ahead to one more commercial break, and then we'll be finishing up, wrapping this one up. Still an empty net here for the Canadiens. Price has been pulled for a while, but the Habs haven't been able to score. They're still down by 3. Absolutely, Akuma. Absolutely. Their structure and their system and the X's and O's of what the Islanders do is just incredible. Yeah, that's true, dude, Durham. That is very true. Biggest rivalry in the NHL? Well,
I feel like there's always like every year there's a rivalry like that gets really hot that season, and that kind of changes, each and every year. That's kind of constantly evolving. If you're talking about like historic rivalries, it's Boston and Montreal. I mean, Boston and Montreal is the biggest, most historic NHL rivalry. But as far as like biggest rivalry right now, like based on this season, it's kind of hard to say because everyone played the same teams over and over so many times that there were a lot of really good rivalries. Florida and Tampa really went at it this year. Caps and Rangers obviously had their whole thing, but that was kind of like right at the end of the season. It wasn't like a full season-long thing. That was just, a big incident at the end of the year. There were a lot of good ones this year just because the teams played each other so many times that they built up a lot of animosity with each other. Definitely Austin. Definitely possible. Yeah, last regular season it was definitely Flames and Oilers. That Battle of Alberta last season was just nuts. But it never reached that same level this year as far as rivalry goes. Even though they played more times, it just wasn't as nasty as it was last year. So, Bolts and Panthers all season long was a big time rivalry this year. That one kind of stood out for me. And then obviously they had the playoff series, which was bonkers hockey in the first round between the Lightning and the Panthers. All right, see you later, Ski. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Offensive zone face-off here for the Canadiens. They're still down 4-1. They still have Carey Price on the net. On the bench, excuse me, not in the net. He's on the bench, pulled here for the extra attacker. Trying to cover this in front. Perry's digging away. Fleury's able to keep it out again. 1:25 left in the third. Marc-Andre Fleury, man. What a postseason he's had. This guy is playing absolutely phenomenal in the playoffs. Probably not Mr. No Name because in a regular season they only play twice. So, like the only reason that they're even playing right now is because of the changes due to COVID. Like when the league goes back to normal, these teams wouldn't be able to play each other in the playoffs until the finals, at least, because one's West, one's East. And then they only play twice in the regular season. So I don't think you're really going to see much of a rivalry build between Vegas and Montreal. I think this particular one series might get hot and might have some animosity, but that's just a normal playoff series. It's not going to be something that builds into like a repeated rivalry matchup. Like Vegas and San Jose, like they play all the time. Like that's a big time rivalry. Good night, Jeff. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. I do think that Fleury is probably going to win the Conn Smythe if Vegas wins the cup. I do think that Fleury is going to win the Conn Smythe for sure. Absolutely, Akuma. The Central Division back in the late 90s got crazy between the Red Wings and Avalanche brawls, and then you had the Blues kind of work their way in there where the Red Wings and Blues played some pretty tough games. Those were some classic 90s rivalries for sure. Oh, I thought you were talking about these two. Oh, yeah. Florida and Tampa Bay, that is definitely going to be a continued rivalry. Absolutely. They play in the same division. They play in the same state. That's just going to keep building and building and building. As long as both teams are competitive and have a chance to meet each other in the playoffs again, that is absolutely going to be building into a rivalry. No, I thought you were talking about Montreal and Vegas, which is only happening because of the changes this year. So we're finally down to the final 30 seconds. Montreal trying to get another goal here. But Fleury has just literally been a brick wall in the net. And Vegas is going to clear it out again. And Montreal's back in their own end now. 10 seconds to go in the third. That one gets dumped in around the boards. Vegas is just going to kill the clock here, I would think. They're going to take home a 4-1 win. As this one comes to an end. And the horn sounds, that is it. 4-1 Vegas win over the Montreal Canadiens in game number 1. And the Canadiens' 7-game winning streak has come to an end. Vegas putting quite the winning streak of their own together here. Would they win 4 straight against Colorado, and now they open up this series with a Game 1 victory. That is 5 straight wins now for the Golden Knights, and they take a 1-0 lead in this series. Game number 2 will be Wednesday night, also at 9 p.m. I'll be live for that one. But that is going to bring us to the end of this stream as this one closes out. Big win here for the Golden Knights on home ice as they go up in the series. And Montreal is going to need a little bit more pushback in game number 2 if they're going to want to keep this close. So we'll see what they're able to do on Wednesday. Congratulations to Vegas on the win. And I'll be back tomorrow night for game 2 between the Lightning and the Islanders. That game starts at 8 p.m., so an hour earlier than the start time was tonight. But I'll be doing that one. And I should be streaming the rest of the playoffs. Should be every game for the rest of the playoffs that I am able to stream. Hopefully, unless something comes up. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. It helps out the channel so much, and I cover the whole league. So fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be talking to you tomorrow night for the for the Tampa and New York game. But have a great night, everybody. Thank you all again so much. It's almost midnight here, so I am going to be headed off to bed here pretty soon. But I am not sure, Mr. No Name. So we'll have to find out tomorrow. But I am not sure on that award. But anyway, guys, have a great night. Thank you all so much for the support, and talk to you all very, very soon.